is Leslie with theplaidpoodle.com, and it's the 1st of October, so I thought I would share a simple little Halloween treat holder. Doesn't really require any special tools depending on how you embellish your box, but look at this cute little spider embellishment. I don't know if you can see it. It's just so darling. Anyway, these are nice for classroom favors, co-worker favors. Maybe you have some special kids in the neighborhood you like to give a little special treat at Halloween. They're really nice. And I'm using some supplies found in the holiday catalog that if you don't have a catalog, I'd be happy to get you one. If you would just send me an email, I would, or a comment, and I would be happy to get your information and send you one. We're going to use the Spooky Sweets stamp set, and it coordinates with 2 different punches. Today we're going to use the Spooky Bats punch, and these two, if you purchase them together as a bundle, let me pull out this punch, you save 10%. And you kind of want the punch because the bats, they're so cute. So anyway, let's get started. The box is made with a piece of pumpkin pie cardstock that measures 8 inches by 4 inches, and we're going to need a simply scored tool. Try and put this in the camera so you all can see what I'm doing. On the 8-inch side of the cardstock, you want to score it at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 3.5 inches, 4.5 inches, 7 inches, and 7.5 inches. Then on the 4-inch side, you're going to want to score it at 1 inch on this side, and just flip it and score it at 1 inch on the other side. I think it squares up better if you do it that way. Okay, now we're going to do a little trimming. And you probably can't see the score lines on camera, but I am just cutting up on the score lines, and I will have a PDF tutorial over on my blog, theplaidpoodle.com, that will include a diagram for your trimming. But you're going to trim off, just on these score lines, these 4 corners. And then also, these are going to be the tabs of the box, how we're going to close the box. So cut up to the first score line there, the first horizontal score line. And then I always like to cut, I don't know, I call it a little sliver out of the tabs just to help the box square up nicely when we close it and adhere it together. So just a couple little trims. Now we're also going to see how the top is rounded, so I'm going to use the trio punch, detailed trio punch, and we're going to use the corner rounder side. And to do this, you might have to fold in these sides to get this nice and squared up with the punch. And you're going to want to do, because this is going to be the top of the treat box, so you're going to want to do these 2 top tabs. So the 4 corners of those 2 top tabs. That makes sense. And we're done with that punch. Now I like to do this before you can fold on all your score lines. But we punched a little hole in the top tabs, and I like to do it before we put the box together. So just kind of line up the top tabs, and you're going to use your hole punch This is our 1/16 inch. I'll have to put a note on that what size this is, but I believe this is 1/16 inch. And just eyeball it the middle. And there is your tabs for where we're going to run the ribbon through. Okay, now we're going to assemble the box, but first we're going to put a little piece of designer series paper on the front of the box. Just use a little adhesive. I'm using some Fast Fuse. And I did notice in the clearance rack the Fast Fuse refills are still available, which I was really surprised because I ordered a bunch. So if you're a Fast Fuse fan, you might go grab some because that has been discontinued. Okay, now when I'm doing a box or anything like this, I like to use my multi-purpose liquid glue because it gives me a little minute to adjust things if I need to. So I'm going to place some adhesive on the little tabs. Hold that for a second, and I'm bringing the back sides in because I don't want any seams on my front side. So I'm gluing the back sides to those tabs first. Really doesn't take too long for that glue to grab onto there. Now I'm going to add some adhesive to the front sides and square it up. And this is when your liquid glue helps because you just have a little bit of time and it'll kind of slide into place. That's my tip, and that's what I like to do, is use that liquid glue when I'm doing something like this. Okay, now's the time that you would put your little treats in there. So we're going to pretend like I put something in there. Whatever you like, and fold your top like this and run this fun glittered organdy ribbon. I don't know if you can see that. It's just, look at that. Oh, it sparkles. I love it. Run that through. You might have to pinch it to get it through the little hole we punched. Now, of course, when I did this on my sample, it slid right through, but since I'm on camera and I'm trying to get this done as quickly as possible for y'all, it's going to give me problems. Here we go. I gotta uncrinkle it. I love this ribbon. This ribbon would be really pretty at for any New Year's cards, scrapbook pages, or New Year's invites or cards. This ribbon would be really nice for that. Twist it around. Okay, now we're going to add our little spider trinket. And how I did that, I'm almost out. I think I'm going to reorder because I love these things so much. Is at first I ran some baker's twine, basic black baker's twine, around this ribbon. I just cut off a length. And I'm going to tighten it on here, just loop it around like you normally would if you're beginning to do a bow. Then I'm going to thread this through. This is going to give me problems too. It kind of frayed when I was playing with it. Thread that through the little spider trinket. Now we're going to do our bow. So I make a bow on this side, or loop, and bring another loop through. And then you can fidget with it until it looks the way you like it. Like that, and then your little spider is so cute. Okay, now we're going to do our stamping. And I'm using the No Tricks, Just Treats. And I'm using Memento ink. It's my favorite black ink right now. Right in the middle of that Whisper White. This Whisper White is 2 inches by 2 inches. And again, I will have those dimensions over on my blog. And then I'm going to take the smallest stitched circle framelit from the Stitched Shapes framelits and cut that out with my Big Shot. So we're going to get that up here. And while we're at it, we need a piece of 2 by 2, 2 inches by 2 inches crushed curry that we're going to place under that. And I use the second smallest, so not the smallest, but the second smallest scallop circle in the Layering Circles framelits. And I think that measures, I think I wrote it down here, or not, 1.5 inches. So this is the 1.5 inch. So we can just do all this at one time, save a step. I never know if I should cut them out before I film and just have them ready, or if you guys like to watch me cut them out. I don't know. I never know. Sometimes I cut them out ahead so we can save time, and sometimes I just cut them out on the Big Shot. Okay, that's going to be our circles. Get my sample out here. And all I did on that is I used a little adhesive and adhered the stamped stitch circle to there, and then I attached it to the box with some Stampin' Dimensionals. Right to the middle of the box. Now the last thing we're going to do, I'm going to use the Spooky Bats Punch, and it's got 3 little bats, and I'm using the black foil sheet. I cut a piece of 3 1/4 by 2 1/4 so I could get all 3 bats off out of this piece. It just punches out, and I don't know if you can kind of see the shine on the, there you go, you can see the reflection of my lights, but this is really like a patent leather shine. It's really kind of fun paper. And then to put the little bats on, I used some mini glue dots. No, not mini glue dots. Mini Stampin' Dimensionals work perfectly right here behind the bat. And I put the little guy up top, and I put the big guy down at the bottom, and I just put a couple of dots right here on his leaves. These mini Stampin' Dimensionals are the perfect size. They work really well. I didn't have to cut any down, which is okay to cut some down. That's not a big deal. And then the little medium guy, I think I'll just put one right there. And that's all. So that's really simple. If you did this kind of in a, what do you call it, a conveyor belt, or if you cut out all your 8x4 and did all the scoring and then put your boxes together. It really wouldn't take you long to put together several of these for a classroom or a party. They're really fun, and like I said, if you get the stamp set and the punch together as a bundle, you save 10%, so that's a pretty good deal. And you can get your Halloween treats ready for the kiddos or for the big people. I love Halloween too. So thanks for joining me. Stop by my blog, theplaidpoodle.com, and sign up for my newsletter and receive exclusive projects and offers that I send out to my VIPs through the newsletter. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.